Well, as soon as I walk onto this hole, the par 3, the first thing that strikes me is there's a big bunker waiting to catch any ball that is short. And the other thing I've noticed is the wind is blowing fairly strongly into me. You know, that bunker's very much in place. So it's a 170-yard par 3, which is normally a good 7-iron for me, but I've chosen the 6-iron. It's a large target, there's plenty of green behind the hole. For me, the bad shot is to come up short. There's lots of room, the percentage shot is to hit it to the pin or just past the pin. The other thing I've noticed is the flag's on the left-hand side of the green. So for me, the percentage shot is to try and aim the shot 10 feet right of the hole, and I can see a nice big dark tree, a nice positive image to aim at, just right of the hole. The other thing I'll do when I walk into the shot is to help me align up perfectly. I use a plumb bobbing technique, which with my shaft, I plumb bob through my target line, through the ball, and this helps me to pick a little spot in front of me, like a little leaf or a piece of divot. It's obviously much easier to line up to something 2 feet away from you than it is to line up to something 150 yards away. Well, I can't hit it better than that. On the tree. Right on the tree. Well, I think generally par 3s are perceived to be, you know, the easiest holes on a golf course, but you know, I think I beg to differ really. I mean, generally, you know, these days par 3s can be 200, 210 yards long, and they're generally well guarded. So, you know, whenever I step onto a par 3, I'm, you know, I've got my guard up in a sense, and in the fact that I know that, you know, if you, you know, most courses have 4 par 3s, and any scorecard with 4 3s on it generally really tidies up a good, you know, a good score. I guess the word sand wedge is sometimes a bit of a misconception. You know, in the bunker, I tend to use my lob wedge more often than not, and you know, especially faced with a shot like this, where I've got a lip that's very high in front of me, maybe, you know, 4, 5, 6 feet high. You need a club. You need your club with the most, you know, with the maximum amount of loft on it. Once you've chosen your club, you know, you obviously you walk into the ball. That's how the club sits normally, square. I would really open the club up as much as possible, and by doing that, the club face has obviously gone open. So to counteract that, you then got to aim quite a long way to the left. So having set yourself in this position, the other key thing that I think about is just getting myself lower to the ground. And the reason I do this is to help the club swing nice and shallow through the sand. And because the club's swinging shallow through the sand, there's more loft staying on the club through the moment of impact. This way, as you can see. Now, if you tend to sort of stand tall to it, the tendency is for the club to swing steeper. And as you swing steeply down into the back of the ball, there's going to be less loft on the club. Therefore, the ball's not going to come out as high and as soft. So, should go like this. Nice and high and soft.